Hello and welcome to a new video on the Business Box YouTube channel. If you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing how to set effective business goals for your company. So when setting goals, you want to consider two things. There are two types: short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals are defined as accomplishments that take 3 months to a year to complete. In contrast to this, long-term goals are usually completed in 3 to 5 years or longer. This is not a set practice, simply a common guideline that can make sense when laying out your plans for your business. So it's important to determine if a goal will be short or long-term to set a time frame for achieving the goal. Long-term goals can benefit from milestones, such as seen in the objectives and key results system that we will discuss later. So establishing your goals for the business. So what are your goals going to be? Well, when setting your goals, you need to consider a few things. These are time frame. How long will the goal take? Setting a concrete time frame for the goal. The cost of the goal. Will it need financing? And if so, how much? What does success look like? A lot of people have very subjective goals where it could be like, okay, well, I achieved this part of the goal, but not this. So it's 50-50. We need objective goals. It needs to be yes or no. You've either achieved the goal or you haven't. And linking to this, is the goal achievable? It needs to be achievable. However, not always. We will discuss what is called stretch goals in a few slides, and that will link to this perfectly. So there's a few important factors to consider in business, as if you have continuous failure to reach your goals, this could affect work performance and motivation within the business. So stretch goals. We've just touched on this, but what are stretch goals? Well, stretch goals are purposefully ambitious goals that challenge your team to step outside their comfort zone. While they're not for everyone, teams that are already performing well may get a boost from stretch goals. They should inspire teams to try new things and think beyond the standard. So stretch goals are goals that are purposefully hard to reach. The science behind it is it pushes workers and your employees to work harder and in turn end up achieving other goals that they may not have achieved if they didn't have the stretch goal. It gives them something to work towards. Now, it's not good for all companies. It can be a negative, but in companies that are already performing very well, stretch goals can be very beneficial to performance and increasing the productivity of the workforce. So objectives and key results. So also known as OKRs, objective key results, are made up of two parts: the objective and the key result, which you may have got from the name. So the objective is the overall aim, and the key result is what needs to be achieved to fulfill that aim. So one objective can have many key results. Companies often set specific objective key results for everyone in the business, with different time frames usually lasting 1 quarter, 2 quarters, or more. Once an objective key result is completed or failed, the worker is encouraged to grade how well they did on a scale of 1 to 10. Although you may think a top score is good, it is not always. Google, an avid user of objective key results, use this system and say if it is a 10, then the objective was too easy and the employee was not pushing himself hard enough to achieve goals. Objectives should always push beyond your limits. These are called stretch goals, as we've just discussed in the previous slide. An example of an objective key result could be recruit more staff for the business, and then the key results would be hire 2 consultants, 3 cleaners, and 1 manager. As you see, we have an overall objective, which is being to recruit more staff, and then we've broken this down into key results. It's a very effective method of goal setting, and if you would like to learn more about it, Measure What Matters by John Doerr is a book that introduces this concept and discusses it deeply. So hiring the right people. In Jim Collins' book, Good to Great, he talks about getting the wrong people off the bus and the right people on the bus. He uses this metaphor frequently throughout the book to discuss how you need the right staff and the right employees for your business to be successful. So what he's really talking about is hiring the right people for the job. When owning your own business, a mistake most business owners make is delegating tasks to employees, and this is what leads to mistakes and problems arising in the business. Mistakes made by your employees, for example, getting orders wrong at the till, affects customer perception of your business. Moving on to strategic objectives. So what are strategic objectives? Strategic objectives are statements that indicate what is critical or important in your organizational structure. So in other words, they're goals you're trying to achieve in a certain period of time, typically 3 to 5 years. Now, as we already know now, that would be a long-term goal, as we discussed in the beginning of the video. Strategy goals are typically long-term and are used to help find optimal number of strategic objectives and structure each strategic objective correctly. These are the main focus areas, as you can see on the image on the right. So what have we covered in today's video? Well, in today's video we have talked about short and long-term goals. We've discussed establishing what your goals are, what stretch goals are. We've talked a little bit about objectives and key results, and if you'd like to find more about that, you can find the book on Amazon. Hiring the right people, getting the wrong people off the bus and the right people on the bus. And we've also discussed strategic objectives. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. There will be more content posted every week, every Wednesday. So if it's something you enjoy, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.